The man accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk is in a Utah courtroom for a preliminary court hearing.
Over the next few days, prosecutors are going to be arguing that 23-year-old Tyler Robinson should, in fact, stand trial for murder. Robinson was charged with shooting and killing the conservative activist back in September while he was addressing a crowd at Utah Valley University.
Kirk's family, including his parents and his widow, Erica, are also in court for the first time since Robinson was arrested last year.
Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Angela Cenedella with more on this. Angela, prosecutors calling the state's first witness this morning as they begin to lay out their case. I guess it's important to explain to people in Utah there is typically a pretrial hearing to determine whether the evidence is substantial enough to move forward. That's what's happening here?
That's exactly right. So this is just a preliminary hearing. It's similar to a grand jury indictment process in a federal trial. And it's just a question of whether or not there's enough probable cause. So is there evidence that will reach this very low standard? It's not a high bar, Sam. It's really just, should this trial be greenlit? So that's where we are right now. It is not a full trial, even if it looks like it, and even if the prosecution is putting forth an extraordinary amount of evidence.
That's why it's supposed to last several days, Angela. Cameras will be allowed in the courtroom, but you said they can't be focused on the suspect himself. What's the reasoning behind that decision? And what kind of evidence does the prosecution need to present in this mini trial?
So generally it's about bias. They don't want to bias the potential jury out there. So they don't want focus necessarily just on the defendant. So all of this pretrial publicity is something that's been argued back and forth by the defense and the prosecution. How much can be shown? How much can be just really talked about to the public? And so in terms of what evidence will be shown, so they're going the whole gamut here. We are seeing witnesses, we're seeing exhibits, we're seeing DNA evidence. That's all what's supposed to be there. Now, that's not normal. It's not usually that extensive.
Okay.
But the prosecutors here have explicitly said they're concerned about the conspiracy theories that are floating around, and they think the best way to combat this misinformation is to have a public record. So that's why they claim they're doing it.
Interesting. So we're seeing all this evidence laid out now.
Right now.
I would also ask, aggravating circumstances in Utah is what would be required to make a case capital punishment eligible.
Right.
So is that something that is also being decided in this hearing?
Yes, that's absolutely true. So the judge at the very end will go through count by count and decide which ones have enough evidence to meet the burden of probable cause. And in that case, aggravated murder means not just any regular murder, they're obviously all bad, but some sort of deplorable circumstance, which in the state of Utah, they're all laid out by statute. And so in this case, it's whether or not a great number of people were put at risk by this firing, because the allegation is that he didn't just shoot Charlie Kirk allegedly in private, but at a campus event where many other people were put at risk.
All right, Angela Cenedella, we always appreciate your legal analysis. Thank you.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.